Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you are doing well. Welcome back to another video. And in your case, thank you all for your support and for your beautiful comments that I have read every single day and messaged. So our story will start with a girl named Faiza Ashraf, a Pakistani born in 1980 in Norway. She had two sisters, one older and one younger. Her parents were Pakistani immigrants who had moved to Norway many years ago to work and settle down there. Their life was quite ordinary. You know how many Pakistan families can be a bit strict, especially with daughters. They emphasize modesty and sometimes insist on wearing the hijab. But even so, Faiza was an active young woman with many friends. She studied for a while but then stopped for reasons that are not really clear. Still, she was someone who could balance her family life with the outside world. She was responsible, but she was also allowed herself to enjoy life. She went out with her friends, dressed how she worked, and lived normally. By February 2010, her family had planned a trip to Pakistan, but Faiza and her older sister decided not to go. Her older sister simply didn't like traveling there, and Faiza stayed because of the job. They lived in a quiet neighborhood, as you know, in Norway, many areas are surrounded by forest, and some streets can feel very empty. Every day, Faiza walked through one of those areas to reach the bus stop that took her to work. It was her daily routine. On February the 3rd, 2020, around 6:30 in the morning, Faiza left home like usual. She had breakfast with her sister since her parents were in Pakistan, then got ready for work. Her shift ended at 3 p.m. and she normally comes straight home, but that day she never come back. By 3:30, 4:30, there was still no sign of her. Her sister called, but Faiza's phone was off, which was strange because Faiza was very careful. She always charged her phone before leaving, since she had to walk alone through the quiet area. At first, her sister tried not to panic, but when it started to get dark, she took a bus to Faiza's workplace, only to be told that Faiza never showed up that morning. Her sister immediately went to the police station to report her missing. After giving her name, number, and description, the police were shocked. They told her that Faiza's phone had made a call to emergency service 911 that morning around 6:44 a.m. Let's review that morning at 6:32. Faiza was standing alone at the bus stop, waiting as usual. A blue car pulled up in front of her. A man got out, opened the trunk, and kept looking at her. The first she ignored him, but he started walking towards her. Tall, muscular, young. Suddenly, he grabbed her, tied her hands, and forced her into the trunk of this car. She screamed for help, but there was no one around. The street was deserted. Inside the trunk, she tried to call down and think of what to do. The kidnapper turned up the music loud, probably so no one could hear her. Then, taking advantage of the moment when he was not paying attention, she somehow pulled out her phone and called the police emergency line. Then, called lasted about 30 minutes from 6:44 to 7:15 a.m. The record, which later become public. Pfizer's voice is terrified. She tells the operator, I was waiting for the bus. A man in blue car stopped to put me in the trunk. He was paid to kidnap me. Please help me. The operator keeps asking questions, some useless, like, do you know which direction he was driving? Can you see his license plate? Faiza desperately and crying says, I told you I am in the trunk. He hit me on the bird, on the head. I think I am going to faint. Eventually, the phone starts losing signal before it dies. Faiza said the suspect, someone named Shamariz, a 31 years old Pakistani taxi driver. Then the call cuts off. The police starts tracking the phone. The last signal come from a forest area, but by the time they got there, it was snowing heavily. No trucks, no car, nothing. The immediate look into Shimmer's and discovered he had a criminal record for assaulting a woman in 2002, for which he served 18 months in prison. When questioned, he denied everything. He admitted he knew Faiza, even said they had been in love and that her family didn't want them to marry because of social difference, his family being richer than hers. But Faiza's relative told the police a very different story. They said he had been obsessed with her for years, harassing, following, and threatened her whenever she rejected him. Police found two pieces of evidence near the bus stop, a strand of Faiza's hair and a footprint from a man's boot. Then, using Faiza's phone record investigation, cross-checked all other phones that were active in the same area and time. They found one that shot out belonging to a 25 years old Norwegian man named Harvey. Harvey was thin, muscular, and drove a blue car. When questioned, he said he didn't know faces and claimed he had been at work that morning, but records showed he had not shown up until 3:30 p.m. that day. His phone had been in the same forest as Faiza's that morning. While police compared his shoes size to the footprint, it matches perfectly. Press pressed for answer. Heavily finally confessed. He said Shamarez had offered him money, around 10,000 Norwegian kroner, to kidnap a girl. At first, Harvey refused, but later agreed after being told, you will not hurt her, just scare her a bit. According to Harvey, Shamarez wanted Faces kidnapped so she could be drugged and controlled, so she would eventually agree to marry him. Harvey said he grabbed her, put her in the truck, and at one point stopped to tell her, don't scream, I won't kill you. I was just paid to kidnap you. But later, while driving through the snow, Faisal stopped making noise. When he opened the trunk, he found her unconscious, or worse, not breathing. The combination of the cold, lack of the air, and being dried up and clothes caused her to suffocate to the death. Panicking, Harvey buried her body deep in the forest. He then led police to extract location where they found Faiz's body. In court, Harvey insists it was an accident, not intentional or even intentional murder. He was convicted of second-degree murder and sentences to 17 years in prison later increased to 19 years as shame as he was convicted of soliciting and financing the kidnapper. At first he received 8 years, but after public outrages and later his sentence was raised to 18 years. The case shocked all the Norway. Thousands attended Faiza's funeral at an Oslo mosque. Her story became nationally tragedy and a symbol of unknown obsession and control can destroy lives. And that was the story of Faiza Ashraf, a young woman who lost her life because of one man's twisted obsession. Thank you for watching and don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. See you soon with another video and another case. Thank you so much for watching and bye bye.